Huh? Dear Tim and Moby, my grandmother always forgets who I am. Why? From Rekka. Hmm. It's hard to know exactly what's going on without a doctor's input, but it's possible that your grandmother is suffering from dementia. Dementia is a condition that occurs pretty commonly in older people. It's a decline in brain function, usually as a result of a disease or brain damage. Dementia can have drastic effects on a person's memory, attention, problem-solving ability, and speaking skills. Yeah, it can be a very frustrating thing to live with. It can also take a pretty big toll on friends and relatives. Well, there are a number of causes of dementia, but the most common is Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's is a progressive deterioration of the brain. That means it gets worse as time goes by. Usually, it starts with short-term memory loss, things like forgetting something you just did. As it gets worse, it can make a person lose their language skills, their ability to recognize things or people, and even to do simple tasks like tying shoelaces or using utensils. Oh, Alzheimer's is named after German psychiatrist Alois Alzheimer, who was one of the first people to link dementia with tissue damage in the brain. Scientists now know that a person with Alzheimer's disease loses brain cells, which is why they lose so many of their ordinary abilities. Well, no, as far as doctors know, it's not a normal part of aging. It's kind of hard to know the exact numbers since a lot of people don't get tested, but usually people don't get symptoms until late adulthood. About 5% of Americans will have Alzheimer's by age 65. After age 85, the figures go way up. Up to 40% of people may have the disease at that point. That's about 2 out of every 5 people. Yeah, it's kind of a mystery why certain people get it and not others. Most likely, there are a number of causes. For one thing, there seems to be a genetic component, which means that you're more likely to get it if someone in your family has had it in the past. But the immediate cause is an abnormal buildup of 2 particular substances in the brain. The first is plaque, sticky clumps of protein that accumulate between brain cells. The other culprit is something called tangles. These form when fibers inside brain cells get all twisted up and results in the death of the cells. Basically, plaques and tangles prevent chemical messages from getting through your brain properly. It's these messages that help us think and remember stuff, so that's why people with Alzheimer's have trouble with their memory. I know, it kind of stinks. Unfortunately, there are no proven ways to prevent it, but doctors are working on a vaccine, and they do have some suggestions that may help. One is to keep your brain active. If you read a lot or do mind games like crossword puzzles, you may have a better chance of preventing the disease. Staying social may help too. Interacting with people helps prevent depression, which has been linked to an increased risk of Alzheimer's. Some studies even suggest eating certain spices to prevent the formation of brain plaques. Well, like turmeric, which is found in a lot of Indian foods. Hey, can you pass the chicken vindaloo? I don't know. That one maybe?